The difference between starting to save for retirement at 25 versus 35 is exactly $287,000. Not about $287,000. Not potentially $287,000. We're going to run the actual math right now, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why that number matters more than your salary does. Hey, I'm your Money Intel host. Today we're tackling the one thing nobody talks about when they say start investing early, the actual dollar amount you lose by waiting just 1 decade. Because here's the thing, most people in their 20s and 30s are saving between 3 and 5% of their income for retirement. The people who actually retire comfortably? They save 15 to 20%. That gap isn't about discipline. It's about understanding what waiting really costs. So let's do the math together, and then I'll show you the one account setup that fixes this today. Let's build this out with real numbers. Say you're 25 years old, making $50,000 a year. You decide to save just $200 a month, that's 4.8% of your income, which is pretty standard for your age group. You put it into an index fund that averages 10% annual returns, which is the historical S&P 500 average. You do this every single month for 40 years until you're 65. Here's what happens. You invest a total of $96,000 out of your own pocket. Your money grows to $1.27 million. That's not magic, that's compound interest doing the heavy lifting for 4 decades. Now here's where it gets painful. Same scenario, but you wait. You're 35. You realize you should probably start saving. Same $200 a month, same 10% return, but now you've only got 30 years instead of 40. Your total contributions are still $72,000. But your final number? $452,000. That 10-year delay costs you exactly $818,000 in retirement money. You contributed $24,000 less, but you lost $818,000 in growth. The math is brutal. Here's why this happens, and it's not intuitive. Think of compound interest like a snowball rolling down a hill. The earlier it starts rolling, the longer it's picking up snow. In year 1, your $200 grows to $220 if you're getting that 10% return. Boring. Year 2, you're earning 10% on $420, not just $200. By year 5, you're earning returns on returns on returns. But here's the thing, 70% of your final wealth in that 40-year scenario comes from compound growth in years 25 through 40. Those years only happen if you start early. If you start at 35, you literally miss the compounding years that matter most. It's not about being rich at 25. It's about letting time do the work that money can't do alone. So what's the actual move? Open a Roth IRA if you don't have one, that's Roth Individual Retirement Account. It's not a specific investment. It's a tax-free account where your money grows completely tax-free forever. If you're 25 to 38 and making under $161,000 a year, you can contribute $7,000 in 2026. Go to Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab, doesn't matter, they're all good. Search for SCHD, that's a dividend-focused index fund that gives you broad market exposure in one fund. Buy $200 worth right now, then set up automatic monthly contributions of $200 for the rest of the year. Total setup time, 4 minutes. That single decision, compounded over 40 years at historical market returns, puts you at $1.27 million instead of $0. The number isn't theoretical. It's $1.27 million, minus whatever you invest, minus taxes on withdrawals. That's real money for real retirement. The gap isn't between rich people and poor people. It's between people who understand what waiting costs and people who don't. You now understand. The move isn't to become a perfect investor. The move is to become an early investor. Subscribe to Money Intel for one clear money idea every single day, no noise, just the math that matters. Drop your biggest money question in the comments. I read every single one. Let's go.